The clone trooper army in the second battle of Geonosis is protecting a cache of weapons and ammo. This cache is directly supporting the war effort on Geonosis, and they have a very large wall fortress built in front of the weapons and ammo to protect it. But that's not going to stop the Droid army nor the Geonosian army, who knows how important this cache is to the clone trooper army. So they're sending an all-out assault with AATs, Geonosian troopers, Hailfire droids, and thousands of B-1s. They will also be attacking up on the canyon walls in an attempt to flank overhead. However, the clones have put some of their strongest defenses up there to prevent this from coming through. Can the clone army hold the Geonosis wall fortress, or will they die trying? If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more Men of War Assault Squad 2 Star Wars Galaxy at War mod in the future. Either way, let's get into it. Real quick, huge thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. They have literally the best deals in gaming. I use it all the time. If you like Star Wars games, Lego Star Wars for $2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $9. One of my favorite Star Wars games, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, $1.70. If you want to play the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, Men of War Assault Squad 2, $3. Extremely popular games can be up to 99% off. Link in the description below. Thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into the video. Alright boys, this is one of the largest battles we've done on the channel in a long time, so it could get pretty laggy here. We've already got some rockets firing out at the droid AATs. They whiff their shot, however they do manage to kill a couple droids behind, so that's kind of the saving grace of those rounds right there. More shots hitting the AAT this time around. We also have ourselves some 50mm turrets for the clone trooper army off in the distance. Those things are quite lethal against both tanks as well as droid infantry. They come with a side machine gun that they can utilize as well, so they could be very deadly if the droids do not take them out quick. Now, we are going in slow-mo for the start, but once we have more droids and clones dying on the battlefield, we'll be able to go into full motion. It will just be too laggy right now if we tried to go into normal speed. Already an AAT popping right there, and there is that big kabooyah explosion off the bat. Beautiful job, clone troopers. The clones are outnumbered about 20-1, which is kind of insane. However, they are in a prime position to defend. These Hailfire droids, I am curious to see how they end up doing on the battlefield. If they can get their silos out on that wall, it's going to be absolutely devastating for the clone troopers atop there. Now, real quick, I want to make a very important shout out in this video to Chance Connor. I really appreciate you commenting on my last video. My man is suffering currently from prostate cancer, so I really want to have everyone, say some kind words in the comment section below, if possible, to support Chance and, bring his hopes up and morale. Absolutely, horrifying disease to deal with. I've recently had some family members dealing with cancer themselves, and it is so hard to see them and also to have that in your own life. So, Chance, I'm praying for you. I hope that treatment is going well, and I hope that we can have some great encouragement in the comment section below. This video, 100% dedicated to Chance, and Chance, reach out if you need anything. Really appreciate you watching my videos, man, and good luck with everything going on. I am truly hoping everything turns out a-okay, and update us in the comment section below or on Discord or wherever you can reach out via email too if you want. If you want me to give updates or anything like that, or if you have a GoFundMe or something like that, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to share it on Discord or the community tab, etc., etc. Either way, right now, the clone trooper army is defending the wall pretty valiantly. No losses so far up top on the wall here, but the droids aren't really concentrating focusing on those shots. There's still some clone troopers down below who have been ripping into these AATs, annihilating them. Some of them have died though, sadly, and it seems like the troopers up top on this wall face are managing to get some very good shots down on them. There are 3 clone E-Web turrets up top here, but it seems like they're out of range. However, the troopers on the wall themselves are not out of range in shooting these droids over here, and it's very easy gimme shots. The ATT is dead? Bro, I thought we'd have more time to check that out, but no, it completely exploded. 2 troopers seem to have bailed out after it exploded, and 1 is still alive. There are still 2 AATs alive up here, which is very bad, and that one is rocketing some fire down there as well. Yikes, my dude. There's also still droid infantry up here. Wow, I can't believe the ATTE died. Usually ATTEs can easily handle 2 AATs, if not 3. That's why I put 3 up there to make it a bit of a challenge, but it got knocked out, and 2 are still remaining. Now, we do still have some E-Web turrets over this way to help out against potential droid infantry, but clearly the AATs have a different plan. This one could fall over the edge, which would be super helpful. The ATTE is coming crashing down, and if that flops on top of these clone troopers, that'll end their reign down below, but it seems to get stuck on the wall, so it's safe for now, but those clones might want to consider moving, I will say. These clone troopers down here also biting the dust as massive explosions rock the battlefield currently. Droids up top here had a big thing to do with that, I think. Some of the 50mm turrets from the clones down below are even firing up here, and most of the clone trooper infantry on top of the wall are also getting some good licks in against some of these droids over this way. These clones even down below here are firing up at the droids up that way. Meanwhile, the droids down below, they're very slow to move on up along with the Geonosians here. They're not really doing all that much. We still do have a few AATs down here, but not many. The clones have done a great job of annihilating them, so at least there is that. Right now, this battlefield seems to just be in kind of a state of limbo. No one's advancing for the droids, and the clones aren't really getting a crazy amount of kills themselves or anything like that. I think it will be a little while before we have major changes, and we are only getting about 8 FPS right now, and that is due to the sheer quantity of units on the battlefield. So why don't we time-lapse for a little bit, let some of these clones die, let some of these droids die, and hopefully that helps out our lag problems. But you can see the top right cliffs over there, you can see the top left cliffs over there, and down middle where droids are coming from. Alright boys, 3 minutes have gone by, and now the wall is currently facing its true test, I would say. Right now there's a lot of incoming droid shots, especially down below actually. Droids hitting some of those 50mm dead on with rockets, which will absolutely kill the clones inside. There is a chance they can live through that, but it seems like the one on the right has gone quiet, so I'm guessing it did not. Oh, massive rocket shot from the clone troopers. So despite the incoming fire from the droids, clones are clapping back with a ton of very brutal fire of their own. That's a huge rocket shot right there. Some of these rocket troopers must be getting crazy kills right now. We will definitely check some of that out later on, but first let's go up here and see. Okay, E-Web turret over here is starting to fire away. Looks like the droids did manage to kill 2 of them over this way, but this one is still cooking right now. Actually, you know what, let's just check. This one's only got 1 kill, actually. This one's got none, and that one is so dead we can't even check. Sad. Most of the troopers on this wall are actually dying. This rocket trooper has 37 kills. This one has 10. That's pretty nuts. Any troop that's got experience, we'll check. This guy's got 5 kills. This rocket trooper has 38 and 2 vehicle kills. This guy's got 22 kills. This sniper has 7 kills. This rocket trooper has 15 and a vehicle kill. This sniper has 5 kills. This sniper has 6 kills. This West Star trooper has 4 kills. Not too shabby. Down below here, this guy's got 4. This guy's got 4. This guy's got 3, this guy's got none, and this guy's got none. Okay, so the clones are wrapping up some serious kills here. E-Web turrets over here are going to start getting directly assaulted. For some reason, they're not really shooting, so maybe they're damaged from the AATs. And actually, the AATs all ended up blowing up. So at least there's that for the clone troopers. They do not have to worry about those anymore. That's going to be a pretty big relief for these troopers. However, the wall over here is now having to fire at these droids that are kind of coming around the flank of them, and so that's distracting from the ground battle below as well. And look how many droids are assembling down here, just an absolutely absurd number. And the clones are all distracted everywhere else. Massive rocket shot coming in, and doesn't seem to actually collide with any troopers there. I think right now the only clone troopers that are actually firing down mid are these guys down here. And even right now they're getting distracted, so that's not very good. The problem is these droids decide to just come walking straight up here. There's pretty much no resistance at the moment from the troopers on the wall. I mean, I understand this flank is very threatening and that they're between a rock and a hard place, but this is maybe not the best option to have everyone firing up there. I don't know. They need to eliminate these droids quickly and then focus on the boys down below. If they don't do that relatively soon, they're cooked. I mean, the right wall over here is already getting completely cooked. There's nothing good happening over that way. That turret, the trooper dies. I think those ones are dead too. I don't think the 50 mils are even still alive. All of these E-Webs are dead. Lots of dead droids up here, but there's still more snipers and rocket troopers, which are really pretty lethal to these guys. So that's not going super well for them. Luckily, we do still have a bunch of troops down here, including Commander Jet. I forgot to mention, Commander Jet is on the battlefield, of course. But these troopers, they're going to be in for a bad time if the wall troopers don't, at the very least, kill all of the troopers up here, or at least more of the troopers down below. Right now, it's just going rather poorly for the clone troopers on the wall. This is not what we love to see. They need to buckle in, boys. Start doing better, please. I really thought this wall defense was going to hold out so much better than it is. Luckily, the droids are wasting a lot of rocket shots down below there, and that's really doing nothing. Whiff that shot completely. Holy cow. Terrible shot from the droids. Not going to lie. Oh, the clone troopers on the right wall. Well, they've got one rocket trooper left, and that is it. Nothing else beyond that. Oh, boy. Look at those Geonosian cannons firing. Those things are super lethal, too. They do very, very high damage. Very slow-moving projectile, though. But in a defense like this, where the clone troopers are static, it doesn't matter that they're slow-moving. It does matter if the clones can dodge them, but that's not going to be something the clones are capable of in this one, baby. These are all dead now. These E-Web turrets over this way, so that's donezo. Yikes. This is not good. This is not good in the slightest, and we're still getting 12 FPS because the clones have not killed nearly enough droids to lower our lag. You're failing on all accounts here, clone troopers. These guys down middle still firing away at the very least, so that is good. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse these guys for a little bit here. Okay, clone army back here is getting devoured. The troopers beyond the wall are now having to fixate on the enemies above the wall, which is very not good. Very, very not good. This is such a yikes. We do have an E-Web here that's rattling off shots, so at least that's doing decent, I think. These droids up here are going to be roaming around the back and starting to tick out some of these clone troopers, so that's not good. Ugh. The massive failure of the wall clone troopers is coming to bite everyone else in the butt. Yellow are dead clone troopers, red are dead droids. Really, if these clones could have killed these guys, or if these guys And these guys needed to do so much more. That ATTE was such a flop for us. That was also a very major problem. And now the droids are just able to cook. Let's go ahead and time-lapse until they're up here, because it's going to be a minute while they creep forward. Okay, here we go. The droids have finally reached the choke point here, which would be a really good choke point for the clone troopers to potentially hold. But with the troops up on top of the walls up there, it becomes a very poor choke point for the clone troopers to hold. This is not going to be a cakewalk in the slightest that it should be. Let's go ahead and boost it up a speed here as the droids and Geonosians just fill through this gap with ease. It is no problem for them. Clearly, they're taking barely any losses in this push right now and eliminating clone trooper after clone trooper. I think it's just about over for the clones here, very sadly. Maybe a few more kills for them, but I think it was the upper walls. They distracted too much. And so what we're going to do after the clones lose this, because it's almost a guaranteed loss, we're going to see what happens if we just eliminate all of the fighting up here and up here, just to see. But the official video outcome is going to be a clone trooper L, unless somehow they pull off a miracle here, but that's not going to happen. Let's just watch till the end. Okay, yep, clones take a massive L there, so that's the official account for this battle. But let's reset now and eliminate the troopers up top. You can see red are dead droids, yellow are dead clones. They did do a lot of killing, but it was too hard with the troops up top. As promised, we've gotten rid of the troopers up top here. Let's get right on into this thing. I think... Oh, I forgot to get rid of these E-Whiptors. There we go. Now it's just the bottom battle for both sides. We're going to be seeing AATs still on the battlefield. Lots of droids still. Lots of clone trooper defenders. But we're not going to have that whole issue with the top side. Let's actually see, maybe because we have significantly less troopers on the battlefield, we can start off in a little bit faster, and it looks like it's holding up okay with about 20 FPS currently, which is not too bad. We got a number of bazooka troopers down here. They can easily start taking out these AATs and maybe getting some collateral damage on those droids that are behind them, but right now they're failing to do so. There we go, very nice. One AAT down. Massive bazooka shot from the droids, taking out a number of clone troopers on the right side over there. The far right over this way is getting some good licks in. They're barely missing those bazooka shots on them, so that's good for the clones, bad for the droids. AAT over this way, coming in very close. I see a 50mm is firing at it currently. Massive shots going up against these clones. I'm actually very surprised they haven't died yet, but whatever those barriers are made of in front of them are extremely powerful. They're also taking shots at the Hailfire droid and get a massive hit on it, blowing up and doing a ton of collateral damage to droids all around that thing. Absolutely devastating. That AAT ends up dying. Those clones are just kind of chilling now. 50 mils are still alive, but they are some pretty heavy targets, it seems, right now for the rest of the droid army behind the front clones right there. And also those clone troopers over this way are getting super heavily targeted now. These droids are not messing around about those boys in the slightest. They want them gonzo. Up top here, these troopers have not taken any losses thus far, so they're doing well, but the same thing was said for last time. These guys didn't take losses for a while, and then when they started to take losses, it went bad quickly. So I'm hoping this time around these guys can hold out a little bit longer. Let's time-lapse a bit. Okay, the droids finally make it up to the wall itself here, and they are obliterating them with tons of fire, but rockets striking and finding really good targets for the droids right off the bat on the right side. Right side seems to just be taking such a beating every single time. But the clones are getting some incredible kills here themselves. Bazooka shots helping out tremendously yet again. I think all the AATs are dead now, unless there's any stuck behind here. But no, sir. The Hailfire droid's also dead. Oh, there is an AAT still alive here, but it's pretty messed up, it's looking like right now, so I'm not sure if that's going to be able to really do anything on the battlefield overall. The Hailfire droids, I don't even think shot their silos. They're so glitchy in this game that it's often hard to get them to really do what they're supposed to. Are the 50 mils still alive? No, the 50 mils are all dead. There is still a couple clone troopers over this way left alive. And beyond that, it's going to be the wall from here on out that's going to be doing the majority of the fighting. Oh, the AAT actually starts coming forward. Could be potential for some damage, but clones are starting to track it pretty quickly with bazooka shots. The first volley misses. Let's see, these guys are reloaded now. Oh, okay. Wow. Just nuke them, I guess. Holy cow. Did you see the number of rockets all at once that went that way? That's insane. Wow, the clones have extremely well-coordinated fire right now. I think they're a little ticked off from what happened last time. I also see some droids are mountain climbing up there. All those droids were deleted, so whoever's up there is climbing up top. I'm also seeing some up this way on these Geonosis spires. So yeah, the droids are making some moves to try and flank or get advantage positions on the wall, but they're just not managing to do it. This AAT is still alive, but not really all that effective. It's using the other AAT for cover, which is kind of smart. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse again here. Alright, the droids finally getting kind of out of this area a smidge. I think their fire up towards the walls here have well, it's finally paid off, I suppose. These troopers over here are mostly dead. We've still got some on the far side over this way, but not too many. The right side's completely cooked. How's the middle doing right now? Alright, these guys are dead, but these guys are still alive, and I think we'll actually be able to see the choke point in action later on, which could be massive if it's actually usable. But for now, these clones up here can still definitely get some more kills. They've got snipers, they've got Westars, they could definitely do some damage. There we go. The troops up top here are all dead now. The immediate choke point troops are also dead. However, it's the guys around the corner that can really get some serious kills because the droids can't really shoot them until they also come around the corner. So that's where we're going to potentially see the clones start to win this thing. These guys probably not going to do too much. It's these guys, and even the guys back here might be able to do a little bit, and some of the troopers around here potentially. But yeah, these troops right here are the big ones that we're hoping to see get some serious kills going forward. These clone troopers could potentially get one or two. I'm not totally sure how well they'll end up doing. Where did that grenade come from? And why? What in tarnation was that? That was ridiculous. I do not know. That was goofy, straight goofy. Let's watch these guys. Clones are holding really nicely right here. These three in particular. Still a lot of droids to go through. Well, kinda, actually. Not a crazy amount, actually. Clones are doing pretty well. They've killed a ton of droids right here. Not bad. Let's watch the droids' death perspective here now. Alright, boys, well, the droids have failed, essentially. They've got some troopers stuck up here, but the clones managed to clap some serious droid cheeks. This trooper ended up with 45 kills, this one with 53, this one with 16. This trooper with none, this trooper with none, this trooper with none. These guys don't have any chevrons. Yeah, I think it was really these guys just at the front, clapping cheeks and taking names and being absolute bosses. Love to see it. Either way, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.